So Autism and University, here are 10 top hacks that you definitely need to do if you're in university or in school or in college or any type of educational body and you're on the autism spectrum. Mums and dads, if you're watching this, make sure you take note and relay this to your kids. Alright, let's get into it. Hey guys, this video is sponsored by the awesome First Words app. Now this app is an amazing app that helps young kids help them form words and read words in terms of anything from colours to animals. There's a whole selection here. I use this app just to test it out, to have a bit of a go to see if it would be any good for my audience, and I gotta tell you, I absolutely love this app. The usability of the app is absolutely fantastic. The actual app itself is so easy to use, it's easy to sign up and you get started straight away. So you can pick your child's age range and their learning ability and which area you want them to be able to communicate in. This goes all the way from non-verbal to verbal, and then if they're having speech therapy or not, and it basically gives you different options of what kind of words and phrases you want them to learn. It could be vehicles, animals, colours, whatever. So the way you do it is you select one and it plays you the word, and then you have to repeat it back into the app, and then the app highlights the correction or failure of pronouncing the word right with like these little star indicators. This is super awesome. I highly recommend checking out this awesome app. The link will be in the description down below of this video and in a pinned comment. This is the First Words app and it's super awesome. I think it's gonna be amazing for autistic parents to help their kids in speech and language development. Okay, let's get on with the video. Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Aspie world. My name is Dan. I have autism, ADHD, OCD and dyslexia, and I make weekly videos all about this type of stuff to help you in your life and in your child's life if you're watching on behalf of them. So if you'd like to learn more about that and never miss a video, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below by clicking that notification bell where it says subscribe. And if you're watching on Facebook and Instagram, be sure to give this page a follow to make sure you don't miss a daily video from me, because I do daily videos on those platforms. Guys, what is going on? I also have a free Autism Life Hacks PDF book that you can download from autismhacks.net right now for free, because I love you. Guys, university and schooling. I have been through it. I did it later on in life because I had a late diagnosis of autism and I had no support when I was in school, but there are some things that are basically like musts, and these are empirical for making sure that you have a successful time in university or school or anywhere that you're learning academia in an educational establishment. So I wanted to go through these with you guys, and for your information, I did my degree in chemistry and I also did my dissertation on Minecraft. I built a tool in Minecraft to show kids how to learn quantum chemistry. So that being said, let's get into these hacks. Okay, so the number one is be organized. Create an organizational plan by ending each day by collecting all the handouts and paper that you get, then labeling them with the date in one corner, and then the opposite corner, write page one of, and how many pages you got. So page 1 of 5, page 2 of 5, and that way you chuck all of them into a folder. So when it comes to revision, you know what date you have those notes, and you know in which order they were handed out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever. This is so important, and it was one of the biggest hacks I'd ever used when I was in university. Top tip, guys. Honestly, if you learn nothing else, this one will save your bacon a few times. Number 2 is carrying a fidget gadget or a Stim toy with you, because sometimes when you're in class or you're in a certain environment in a college or something like that, you may feel a little bit on edge or uneasy or a bit anxious. So having something like a fidget toy to hand will definitely help you regulate yourself a little bit and definitely just calm you down. It's a great way for keeping anxiousness down in hallways and stuff like that, because it's always really busy when you're in education buildings because there's like a bazillion kids everywhere, right? Okay, so number 3 is prepare for uncertainty. I know it's a difficult thing to kind of conceptualize here, but making sure that you pack extra food supplies. So if you happen to come across an issue where during the day you have to go somewhere else, you have extra food, because one of the things that I feel as an autistic person is that my mind is going 1,000 miles an hour, my body's going 1,000 miles an hour, and I get hungry quite quickly. So if something unexpected happens within a day, like we're stuck in traffic, the bus doesn't come, or I have to go somewhere else, and something happens, the last thing I want to do is be hungry, because that's just going to set a whole chain reaction of rubbish, and yeah, that's not going to happen. So packing extra snacks was always a great idea, and extra water. Super, super dope. Okay, number 4, probably one of my favorite ones, is preparing the night before. What I used to do is, in the morning, sometimes I'd get up late and I'd be like, my alarm's gone off and I'm late and the train's gonna go and all this crap. So I would basically, the night before, set out everything I need for the day that would be following. So all the clothes that I need to do, my bag is packed, everything's ready, I'd make my lunch the night before. So all I have to do, get up in the morning, get my backpack together, grab a smoothie or some breakfast, and then off I go to university. Absolutely amazing. This caused for so much less stress in the mornings. Loved it. Okay, number 5 is something very interesting. This is asking for reasonable adjustments within the education body. Every education establishment has a duty of care to make sure that people who are disabled, including autistic people, because that is a disability, are looked after and have reasonable adjustments. So basically, you know, asking for, you know, wheelchair access is no different to asking for extra time in exams if you're dyslexic, or asking for a computer to use in your exam rather than writing, because, you know, you have these disabilities. So that being said, asking for reasonable adjustments should be on your top priority list as soon as you start your university journey. Okay, so number 6 is audio record lectures. Now this is amazing. I actually have issues with focusing on stuff, especially when I'm sitting in a lecture and I'm trying to focus, and I may miss information which is vital to the course and your studies and then your exams and obviously eventually your grades. So I used to have a dictaphone attachment to my iPhone. I used to put it on the desk and I used to record the lectures. This was absolutely fantastic because when I went back home, I could re-listen to the lectures as I'm doing the work and the coursework that they put out during the day, and it was just a great way to learn, but it was also a great way to have an archive of all of your lessons, especially when you want to go back and revise if reading isn't your strong point, like FYI. Mine is not. 7 is so important. It's asking for help. Never be afraid to ask for help. A lot of people don't ask for help, but it's such a simple but amazing one. If you have an issue with something, ask for help. If you want extra answers to something, ask for help. Do you know one of the things that I actually asked for is old exam papers so I could study and practice, and I got those, you know? So just always ask. You never know what help is available unless you ask the question. Number 8, remember to have fun. It's an enjoyment part of your life. Don't think of it as a stress. Remember, you're only there for a short amount of time. It's an experience and it should be enjoyed. So please enjoy it. Take your time to sit back, soak it all in and enjoy it. It is super important. I know it sounds stupid, like, Dan, how is this a hack? Seriously, the amount of people who don't enjoy their time because they're so stressed about the fact that they're there doing something, guys, it's life. Have fun. Number 9, this is something really interesting. Sensory clothes. Be sure to wear clothes that you feel sensory comfortable in, no matter how ridiculous somebody else may see them. It's not up to them, it's up to you. Make sure you're wearing clothes that you're comfortable in, you feel satisfied in. You are having these clothes because they're soft and they're lovely and they're not going to cause you any sensory issues. Do it. It's so important. Comfort first. Do it. Okay, so number 10, my all-time favorite is, I keep saying this about everyone, but I think these are all my favorites. Obviously, that's why I'm doing this video, but setting reminders. Use your tablet or smartphone to set reminders to guide you through important dates that are coming up within that term year or that term or the year within the education body, because, you know, there may be a certain event that's coming up and you don't want to forget that, and people on the autism spectrum have a, you know, difficulty in remembering certain dates and times to execute and do things. So my advice is set up the calendar as soon as you can, as soon as you get those dates, put them into your phone or your tablet and make sure that they alert you when they're going to happen. These are super, super important. Guys, if you thought this added value to people's lives, please share it on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. And if you are having a good time, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.